All right, welcome back to our second match here of the doubleheader tonight here on GG Speedruns. A very exciting match between our very own Mr. Dino and our Rookie of the Year, Hefe Man 82. But now we're getting into the real big deal here on GG Speedruns because we have got the winner semifinals, the last winner semifinals between the number 2 seed CHX42 and the number 6 seed Aquas. LOZ Cards Fan 23 here, joining me in the commentary, Ron Burgundy, and now joining me on the commentary, the two-time Super Smash TV tournament champion, Brysolf. And I'll tell you what, during the break, you were talking to me about something regarding these two contestants.
I believe I said that they would absolutely be in utter fear of me if they win this match. So they're both going to forfeit now, I think, and just give me the tournament.
Absolutely, indeed.
Or what I said was, and I stand by this, whoever wins tonight's matchup between these two competitors is your odds-on favorite to win the whole thing. I'm not joking, not being self-deprecating. They're both playing so well. I know Mutoid can be Mutoid, but right now, I'm telling you, the winner of tonight's matchup is your odds-on favorite. Not a runaway, but an odds-on. And it looks like a runaway here, boys.
I'd say, what, 60-40?
I give them a solid 40% because you still got to win some more matches, but it's a big time number.
60-40 it is then. All right, here we go. Game number 1. They both have their Razor Shield manipulation. You've got CHX42, and of course you've got Aquas, the lone contestant left in the tournament, who is playing as the Player 2 sprite. Now, we did see a couple of Player 2 spreaders in that last match. We'll see if it comes into play here in this match. It is going to be a CHX hole shot here at the end of the first room with a low 38. Aquas with a low 39. About a second lead, maybe a little less for CHX to start.
I gotta say, CHX's timer is slightly ahead of Aquas, so I mean, this is really razor tight to open it. It should be with these guys. It's going to be tenths and hundreds as they move along.
Yeah, I expect a lot of close games here between CHX and Aquas.
Oh, what a mistake! CHX dies. Will he get to that orb?
He will get to the orb, but yeah, you don't see a death like that. It might be some tournament race jitters here on CHX side. But meanwhile, Aquas just getting garbage drops here and collect power-ups. So even with that death, finally gets an orb, does Aquas.
But should still be trailing despite the death. It'll be close, but I believe CHX will have the lead.
Not by much, though. Let's take a look. 123 plays 124, so he gained maybe half a second at best. So this is very close.
Oh, Aqua's having some trouble with the guy to the left, pardon me, but he got away with it, and now he's going to be able to get those shrapnels under control.
So both of these runners having a little bit of game number 1 jitters here. I mean, this is a very big match because, again, winner guarantees themselves no worse than third place in the tournament here. CHX42, 2-time silver medalist and a bronze medalist. Aquas, who finished in the top 8 in his rookie campaign, followed that up with a bronze medal last year. He's poised to try to move up to that podium in this season.
Both playing exceptionally well here. I love the control. I love the movement, the tight firing. They're doing their jobs. And it's still about the same lady here, Cards.
CHX may have gained a little bit, I think, because he had rockets to close out the room there. It's about a 2-second lead now for CHX. 205 playing 207. A nuke for Aquas. Let's see what happens here. There's a Razor Shield, not the best spot, but Aquas able to pick that up easily. CHX going to ignore that key. Rockets on the feet for Aquas. Razor Shield on the feet for CHX.
There was a shrapnel pincer going on there, but CHX was able to escape it.
You love to see that here. Both of these runners playing very well. I expect sub 3 from both coming out of this room here. Who's going to have the lead? It's anybody's guess at this point. It is still going to be a CHX lead with a 255, and Aqua's going to miss out on the sub 3 because of the shrapnel. It's a 3 flat, about a 4.5 second lead for CHX, so gaining just a little bit of time, but Aqua's staying in the running, Bri.
Absolutely staying tight, and you know what? Hopefully we can really tighten up this booth, and Ron Burgundy is waiting to say something. Better luck next time. Here we go. Into tank trouble we go.
We tried. Any event, an invulnerability for CHX42, not the greatest of drops, but rockets for Aquas.
You love to see that, and you know what? I love that. He ignored one gunner, got the swarmers under control, then got the gunner. Smart play there. There's a reason he was a bronze medalist last year.
Almost absolutely. And he's getting the goods as well. He's got a razor shield. Now he's got a spreader. He can keep control of the middle of the room.
Rockets on the feet.
Wow, these drops are something else here for Aquas. He's poised to take the lead coming out of this room. And another spreader. Save these drops for Mutoid Man, huh? I mean,
Rockets
it's great.
now. Rockets here for CHX. Gets it. But will have, indeed, the lead has changed. As you said, it's going to be a 4:03, maybe a 4:04. But look at this. A 4:08. Great times here in the opening run.
These are fantastic times. We could see a sub-6 be a losing time here, Bryce Hoff. In game number 1, it's only a 4.5 second lead for Aquas. And he's sabotaged with the grenades, losing out on a lot of that lobber.
Not the end of the world. Let's see if he can get this ball buster. Nails it. Meanwhile, CHX using the lobber. He's in laser range. Steps out. Can he get a ball buster? Oh, he's getting maneuvered out of it here, guys.
Yeah, and won't be able to get a ball buster with Mutoid Man's that high. He's going to have to ride it out and may have to forego it if we see a spreader. Now he has an opportunity to get the ball buster. Let's see if he gets it. No,
he tried for it on the fly there, but unfortunately the vibrations made it miss. So he is trailing. But here's the spreader,
man. But here's a spreader in a bad spot for Aquas. Can't die for it. But here's a better spreader. He should be able to get this unless he's blocked, but he is not blocked. Here we go.
Glitchtoid on CHX's side. Spreader refill for Aquas. Picks it up, and they're almost on the same form. CHX still leading, though.
Yeah, CHX got the lead because of just a better spreader location. He's already on final form.
What's the drop for Aquas? It's a lobber on the other side. That's advantage CHX.
Yeah, this should be a CHX win here. Final form for Aquas, but I think it's going to be too late. And I think we're going to see a sub-6 be a losing time. Look at this. Sub-540.
What a run here, guys. Like I said, they are just playing on another plane of existence right now. And it's awesome to see. And look at that. That might be a sub-550 losing time.
That might be one of the fastest losing times we've had in tournament history. I don't know what the record is.
Is it fastest if it is a 549?
Not quite. It's a 5:50.15.
I still think that's your fastest losing time. I think CHX would have had a 5:48 once, but he missed a shrapnel.
Wow, what fireworks we've seen from both of these runners here in game number 1. But CHX getting the slightly better drops in the slightly better location, and that was enough to take the win away from Aquas. They both played as they could have won that game rather easily, but Mutoid Man playing favorites as he's been doing so far tonight, and CHX takes first blood in this best of 7.
I want to point something out to you guys. All right, CHX had a good, respectable bonus room entry. CHX got, I believe, 1 rocket in tank trouble, still got out in 408 and dropped a casual 90-second Mutoid there. Yeah, they had a spreader, but it wasn't like right by the door. Okay, that's firing lanes. That's maneuvering. That's getting your bullet spread correct. CHX is just killing it out there. There's no one playing the game like him right now anywhere on this planet.
Now, most certainly. I mean, if anybody's going to take down the 2-time champion in Bryce Hoff, CHX42, I mean, he keeps playing like this. There may be nothing stopping him this year. I mean, he's on a mission. He wants that gold medal. He doesn't want to settle for silver a 3rd year in a row. He wants that gold.
Right now, I honestly, if he plays like he just played that opening race, despite having some real dry spells there, nobody's stopping CHX. But that's why we play the games. Let's see how game number 2 is going to go here. What do you think, Cards? I think Aquas is going to have a letdown here. I think it's going to be a sizable CHX victory in game 2.
I hate to agree with you on that, Bryce Hoff, but I'm going to have to agree with you. I think you're absolutely right. I don't think it's going to be as much of a blowout as you think, but I'm going to say between 15 and 30 seconds.
It's going to be a sizable one regardless, and I do want to point out CHX broke 540 dying in collect power-ups.
That's so crazy because, you know, most runners who die and collect power sort of just reset their console and try again. But in a tournament, you don't get that luxury. You have one chance and one chance only. And it is going to be a much smaller hole shot this time for CHX. But these are good times again. Low 39, mid 39.
Honestly, with the timers as they are, I think this is a tie, essentially.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, you might as well call it a tie, Bryce Hoff. Here we go. Let's see what we get in collect power-ups. Our first drop, an orb for CHX. Rockets, both good.
great drops here for both. Now razors for Aquas, so vitamin RB flowing, but you want to see that orb.
And unfortunately does not complete the Holy Trinity, so he's going to have to wait up on that. Rockets for CHX.
This could be an incredibly spicy time for CHX. His firing lanes are so
Holy
Look
smokes.
at this!
Wow.
75, dynamite. But look at Aquas, 78. He's 3 seconds back, but those are 2 fabulous times, gentlemen.
Oh, like I've been saying, no one's playing as sharp as these two. Yeah, they're getting some drops here and there, but they're making it work regardless.
Problem is, Aquas needs to see this orb soon, or he could be several seconds back coming out of this room, if not more. He's doing the best he can with what the game has given him. He's trying to keep the Mr. Shrapnels under control, because when there's 4 on the screen, that's when you're going to start to bleed time. Again, it's a 3-second gap. These rockets will help him finish out the room, though.
Okay, so get ready for it. CHX has 2 more shrapnels here and should be ready to go. He's going a little early, should be 157 exit, and it still is. So look at this. There's a potential here for a sub 245 if he gets some decent drops in good locations.
Oh, absolutely here. Spreader, not a bad start. Rockets, a little bit left on the clip for Aquas, but he is dying to get that orb, or he could be double digits back so dang easily. He's getting them spreaders, that's at least keeping him afloat, but right now he needs to see that orb, or he's going to be in dire straits here in game number 2. Razor Shield,
Great job. You ignore that. Those shrapnels are a trap with that. You just keep your firing lane. Great decision making here from your world record holder.
Yeah, absolutely. Another spreader. So he's not getting the super drops. Now he gets rockets on the feet. You said maybe 245.
Sub 245. No, it's there to be had. Here
Look
it
at
is.
this time.
245. What did I tell you?
Wow.
He's right there. He's
Holy
right there,
smokes.
guys.
Ho, ho, ho.
Look at him.
245.
Look at him. Nah, no big deal. I'm just shaking it off. Let's see. Is he going to go for a manipulation? Meanwhile, Aqua still waiting on an orb. This is horrifying. But what a great job he did.
He's done great. I mean, this is a great time, orbless, 3:04, but he's 19 seconds back.
It's breathtaking he's that close, given what's going on CHX's side.
I agree.
Let's see. Opening drop. Will a rocket into existence, chat? Unfortunately, it's only a foot.
Now when you're on a 245 pace.
And he dies! Oh, no. And you see the head shake and he laughs. He goes, oh, man.
Yeah.
He knows that was a special pace.
Yep. Game knows. Oh, it doesn't matter. You get that pace, you're going to get a rotten first drop in tank trouble, and then he loses his life, and we're back to normal pace, as you would say, Bryce Olf.
Well, it's rapidly escalating into suboptimal pace here with these drops.
Yeah, but Aqua's still orbless here at the 345. I mean, he's getting weapons to keep himself afloat. I mean, that's the only thing he's got going for him right now in tank trouble. CHX does have some rockets to finish up, but yeah, just and more rockets for Aquas in the bottom of the door. He's able to pick them off. Might be able to gain a little bit of time back. Now a Razor Shield.
He's not going to steal the lead, but man, he's bit into this lead. Still a sub 410. That's how good that entry time was. CHX knows what happened.
Look at this. 4:08. He's only down by less than 10 seconds.
Look at this, though. What a drop. Can he avoid getting shot? Did you see the dance moves?
Amazing job by CHX42.
He did get the rocket, and he died immediately. Unfortunately, only gets the lobbers.
Well, it's something. Aqua's trying to get to these lobbers here. Nice grab there, but CHX still has the lead. But this is anybody's game at this point. One spreader could be the difference.
Absolutely, Roddy. We're looking at it here. Aqua's hoping for that right side spreader. CHX hoping for the left side spreader. Next drops a grenade and a key advantage. Aquas.
Yeah, may cut into that lead, but it's an empty drop for Aquas now, and it's grenades for CHX. Aquas able to get it.
Oh, great grab, though.
Oh, a spreader. He'll get something.
He's going to have to manual most of this. He's going to hope for an invulnerability drop here. He can't see what the next drop is.
It's a lobber, and he won't get it either.
He's got to hope for a lobber or maybe rockets here. You don't want to see a spreader at this point. And it's
no. And this is why RNG favors the favorites, underwhelms the underdog. CHX poised to take a commanding 2-0 lead here.
Oh my God.
You said this was going to be a letdown game. Well, it was a letdown game for a different reason, Bri.
Oh man, CHX knew what was there. And now we got a bit of a spreader for Aqua, still trying to get back in, but it's final form. CHX. Look at this manual though.
Nice manuals, to give him a chance. If it's a spreader, he can take this away, but it's a lobber. This should be enough for CHX if he doesn't miss it. If that one isn't, this one definitely will be.
He's getting pinned in by the strap, but he gets to escape.
And doesn't get to those lobbers. That's not quite enough. Final form for Aquas, but it's going to be too late. CHX42 up 2-0.
Oh, and Aquas gets flattened.
That was dicey, but he got it done. But man, Aquas had 4 empty drops without a weapon in that fight. 4.
Well, we're going to do the math here once he finishes up this fight. I mean, Aquas is going to finish with about a 635, 636, so that'd be 19. Yeah. Take away those 4 empty drops.
Right
Aquas
in the
wins.
range. It doesn't necessarily win, but right in the range, because it's not just what drops, it's where it drops, how quick you can grab it. All of these factors at this level of play have to be taken into account.
Well, I got the range exactly right. You said he was going to have a letdown. I said between 15 and 30 seconds. How does 18 seconds sound?
Like it's in that range.
There you go. But there you go. CHX42, the 2-time silver medalist, poised. He is feeling it right now. He's not thinking about win this match. He's thinking about sweeping.
100%. But I'm going to tell you, as someone who's been up 2-0 before, if you're getting good stuff coming to you, you're just kind of trying to stay in the flow of what's going on around you and not trying to get too ahead of yourself.
Yep, 1 game at a time, because you can't win 2 games in one. You have to win them 1 at a time. But I'm telling you, I don't care who the opponent is. I don't care if it's you or Telio or whatever. This is a must-win for Aquas. He can't go down 3-0 against CHX. No.
Down 3-0 against anybody is a tall mountain to climb. But your world record holder across the way, that's got to be intimidating.
Oh, no question about it. This is a must-win for Aquas. I mean, he's played very, very well. I mean, both games, the RNG has just said no. They both played. CHX has played better just because, well, he's had better drops.
I mean, you've seen his firing lanes. You've seen how much he peppers the doors. Just watch his bullet control on groups once he gets to total cartage, okay?
Yes.
Just watch him shred that room. He doesn't need power-ups to go sub 50 in that room. That's how well he's playing.
Oh, most certainly indeed. Here we go. Game number 3. To me, a must-win for Aquas. Let's see if he can get back into this match or if CHX42 can put a stranglehold and get that much closer to the winners finals. Here we go.
Let's round trip it real quick. I think Aquas is going to win game 3.
I think CHX is going to win game number 3, and I think it's going to be by less than 7 seconds. I think it's going to be one of those games. I just got this feeling. Aquas is going to have a lead. It looks like he's going to get that game when he comes back.
Wow.
Nuke?
If that was started correctly, that's a sub 37 opening room. As far as I know, there's only 2 people that have ever done that. Yours truly and CHX. That was wild.
Wow, I wasn't even paying attention to that timer. I was just paying attention to that gap. That was a sizable gap that CHX and 42 have already in collect power-ups. I mean, I didn't even think about sub 37. That is insane. They do not grow on trees, that is for sure.
Now he's getting some stuff here, but he's not getting the best stuff.
My word.
But you got to remember, he had such a head start coming in with the timer. That's great, and this is not bad for Aquas.
I mean, a 74 without an orb. Imagine if he had an orb. What do you think he could have had? What's the potential if he would have had an orb, you think?
The lowest I've ever seen is a 111 by CHX.
So I think, you know what? I'm going to say it. He probably could have gotten a 70.
It's possible. A high 70 would have been in the cards there for sure.
All right, Rockets for CHX, but yeah, no orb for either player right now in Eat My Shrapnel. 18 of the Mr. Shrapnels we have to take out. Maximum of 4 can be on the screen at any point to avoid any time penalties. Aquas really scrambling here. He's getting nothing. A 156 into the door for CHX, but still has no orb. Aqua's about to finish up this room. He's got a 2:05. He is about 7.5 seconds, or 8.5 seconds back, I beg your pardon. But right now, it's looking real dicey for Aquas.
These drops have been really on point for CHX without an orb, getting a lot of weapons. And is going to grab that spreader to just last a little bit longer. Let's see. It's a vulnerability. Can at least cover a door with that.
And this is where you're referring to him peppering the doors with these weapons. We're seeing a lot of that by CHX, despite the fact he has still not gotten an orb. Now he's got a Razor Shield. Rockets for Aquas, but man, these drops have been miserable for the most part for Aquas. And CHX, despite no orb, has been getting great drops and more rockets.
I mean, the sub 255 for sure in play. There's the orb finally.
Oh, man.
And look at this. Look how smart this is. He evaded it for as long as he could.
Look at this time. A 256, and that was without an orb for almost the entire room. That would have been a sub 3 even without the orb. That is nuts, Bri.
And you know what, though? Aquas, again, a solid orbless run here.
He's less than 10 seconds back. I mean, he's playing out of his mind, and this is back-to-back games where he's had no orb going to the bonus room. Remember, he went orbless in game number 2. It could happen again in game number 3.
You know, that would be astronomically mean. I hope the game will not do that.
Well, we'll see what happens here. Not a great opener here for CHX in tank
dicey,
trouble.
but he gets away with it.
Now, if anybody's going to get away with it, it's either going to be you, Brysol, for CHX. I mean, not many players can get away with that.
Old Brysol would have got away with that.
Okay, all right, fine. Razor Shield, but he loses the orb. Ooh.
A bit of an opening, but Aquas is going to have to see better than what he's getting right now to really help bite into this lead.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he's gotten no orb. I mean, he's not gotten the weapons he's needed to make any kind of dent. In fact, it's CHX getting the weapons. It's back-to-back rockets.
He's going to be able to get that refilled, nicely done, and should be able to kill. Yep, he has done the room, and again, sub 410, and he dropped his orb.
Yeah, he's barely had the orb in that game.
And he went 245 without one.
408. 408. That is such a good time. And then Aquas doing all that he can. I mean, he's played clean. He's just not gotten the weapons. Gets rockets to close the room.
Oh, he said some Brysol words. I saw it.
Yeah, it's a 426, 18-second lead, but that lead is vanishing right before our eyes.
Not what he wanted.
11 game minutes now since Aquas has gotten an orb.
Yeah, two orbless runs. He will get to the spreader, yes.
Oh,
very
and
nice.
You know what? Is this the fulcrum? Is this the turning point he needs? Let's see if the game will get up off him long enough to let him play.
Yeah, he does pop off the first arm. He won't get to those grenades, unfortunately, but he may have another chance if a spreader comes up. Instead, it's rockets.
That's fine. He can get rid of the gunner, and now he can maneuver a little easier.
First arm pops off for CHX. He's got grenades, and now an empty drop for CHX. This is an opening that Aquas needs as the second arm pops off. Rockets, poor DPS. Lobber for Aquas right now, but Lobber for CHX. So right now, if this holds, Aquas can get back into this match. He is up by a full form.
I mean, these lobber train will be enough if the spreader stays away, but it is same form. It's really tight right now. Those nades do a lot of damage in a short period of time. Death for CHX.
And he'll still get to those grenades, but yeah, every second counts. There's a spreader. He'll have to go manuals. If an invulnerability comes up, this is over. But instead,
another spreader.
He thought about it, but he did not want to take a chance. And
what a great maneuver. Oh, and then he walks back into it. He did a great job of reading the room. Same form now, boys.
Oh, this is close. Yeah, that final four that's tied.
Oh, wow.
And
they
both have lobbers.
Oh,
it's going to come down.
Zapped. He's zapped. CHX is zapped.
The rockets are a little more accurate. No weapon for Aquas. He's going to stop firing. Could be a mistake here.
Oh, I don't know. Grenades. It's enough.
Aquas gets it.
Wow. And I'm going to point back to something for you, the viewing audience. If you want to go back and check it out after the match, you want to go do it now. There was a moment early on. I think an arm popped for both. Aquas has rockets. Mutoid's moving left to right. The grenades are over in the top right. Instead of rushing to the grenades, which are considered the better weapon, he walked with Mutoid, putting shots into him until he was close enough to grab the grenades and immediately pound them into Mutoid. Great situational awareness by Aquas. And you know what? That type of thinking, that type of play is the difference in a match this close. What a job by Aquas in that Mutoid to get this to 2-1.
An absolute much needed win there for Aquas. Hey, I got the prediction right. I said it would be less than 7 seconds, but I just didn't get the right person. But good on Aquas to get back into this match. And that's what you love to see. You don't want to see these sweeps, especially this late into the tournament. And good on Aquas. I mean, he really had to scramble in game number 3. Back-to-back games, he's gone orbless, but he wins the battle of attrition. CHX making a couple of mistakes, getting shot when he had a full lobber clip, and that enabled Aquas to come into the back door and take game number 3. Big win for him. Let's see if that momentum can ride in game number 4.
I just want to point out, everyone, that Cards took all the credit for making a very good prediction of 7 seconds. You know, it's almost if someone had actually picked Aquas to win that would be the right prediction to herald.
Exactly, because you said Aquas was going to win, so I guess we only get half of the credit each. But you know what? It is what it is.
I don't think so, buddy.
Well, all right, fine. You get it all. Whatever. But in any event,
I got a rock.
I got a rock. If only we were playing golf with your friends right now and we're getting those isospheres. We've got a little bit of a running gag where when we do golf with your friends and we do the random shapes and we get the isosphere, I always tell people, guys, I got a rock.
More importantly, guys, we got a game 4, and let's see how they're going to play the opening room. Let's see if CHX can somehow pull off another sub-37.
Oh, that would be amazing. I mean, just to see that in a tournament race is a sight to see because, like I said, they don't grow on trees. It is going to be, once again, a whole shot for CHX.
Freak out for Aquas cost him dearly.
Yep, it did indeed. It'll be a 40.5 versus a 41 3/4, so it's about a 1.25 seconds lead for CHX. Definitely closer than the last game, but still a lead for CHX nonetheless. Yeah, he almost got clubbed. You're right.
It's $1.25, Stafford. I'm not going to tell him that.
Oh, I know $1.25. Absolutely.
All right, so the opening drops here, nothing special. We got nukes, nades, finally a spreader. That's at least something here on Aquas' side. CHX foregoing the nuke, looking for a drop, and it's going to be an orb in the middle. Are you kidding me?
Wow. Unbelievable. I mean, Aquas again finally gets an orb. He's got to keep it. He's got to treat it like it's gold.
I mean, he's only been, what, 12 game minutes? 12 and a half? 13?
I know. It's a 124, but Aquas with a 125, CHX only gained maybe half a second on that lead.
Not seeing where it was in game 1 where Aquas had gotten rid of the orb. We're talking like 15 game minutes for Aquas not getting an orb. I was going to say, Cards, you're a big match game guy. Aquas said, what the blank is an orb?
What the is an orb? How do you like that?
Yeah, that works.
We're just going to throw it off the air. Jeez.
I know, right? See, my little mixer here that I have for my microphone has a bleep button, and that's what you just heard right there. Look at this, 207 at 208. It is a second lead now for CHX, but a key, not a great start. Spreader, a decent opener for Aquas, but let's see if either can get that all-important Razor Shield.
G on the feet for Aquas, at least get another drop. It's another spreader. Spreader here for CHX, so maybe save those for Mutoid, boys.
Right? More spreaders for Aquas. Yeah, save them for Mutoid, man. I mean,
Aquas.
Aquas.
No, CHX, as that grenade was disappearing, picked it up, so he had to get rid of it. Annoying.
Yeah,
very
that's disgusting.
Annoying. Yeah.
Now, Aquas has had the slightly better weapon
5
quality.
spreaders. 6 spreaders.
What? You know what this means? We're going to see no spreaders on Mutoid Man on his side, and that could be crucial.
I mean, it's always crucial, but this is very gross. 7. What you know about 7 spreaders?
Pay us. And this is very close. Look at this. 3-0. They're tied.
Dead heat.
For all intents and purposes, they're tied. I think it's a good time for, Taco Bell. Product placement with Taco Bell.
7 squirrels swinging on a branch, eating sunflower seeds on your uncle's ranch. 7. Come on now.
My word. Neither player has a weapon to take with them to tank trouble, so this is as dead even as it gets. The first drop going to be crucial for both.
Spreader and a Razor.
Advantage CHX.
Small advantage CHX, but it will long-term be his. And now a rocket. Nice.
There we go.
He gets control. Is he going to play the nuke or ignore it? I think he's going to ignore it. Let's see what happens.
at that spot, I agree with this play. Don't go for it. It's a long ways away, and you're just risking your orb.
Now he's getting in trouble, but you know what? The tank moved with him. That was nice.
Yes, it was, because he could have easily gotten picked off, taken a death, a nuke for CHX to give himself a little bit of a breather. Getting a little tight on Aqua's side, but he gets more vitamin R.
This is pretty much going to be a dead heat again, but I think CHX with those rockets will have the lead. Oh, he drops the orb! He drops the orb, and he does not have the lead!
Nope, it's a 410 versus a 412. It's a 2-second advantage and a ballbuster chance for Aquas. So let's see if Aquas can get the good RNG he needs to take game number 4 and equalize.
Is CHX going to go for the shot through the wall? No, he's going to save him and just use him methodically. I like it.
Yeah, there's a strat about shooting him through the wall on the other side. It's pretty cool. Yeah, you don't want to be taking that death.
Oh, and he could have. He just wasn't sure because of where it was located.
Right, because he could have been blocked. Doesn't get the ball buster.
Oh,
sabotaged!
Oh, that's so gross.
Oh, my word.
Oh, no.
This is awful. Lobbers now for CHX, and it's a mother hen job. I didn't even see the weapon. It's rockets, though.
Oh, I think it was center mass the whole time, pretty much.
And this is now a CHX lead.
100%, but not by much, because that second is going to pop.
Oh,
this is a long way to go. But Mutoid moves. Will he allow him? Yes!
Yes!
Wow! That was risky as heck, but he got it.
Oh,
and they're tied.
He got crit damage. He got a little bit of crit damage, because this should, the head's going to pop here on the next weapon immediately.
But he needs some kind of weapon. It's grenades, yep. And
there, look,
right.
There it is.
He got the crit. He probably landed, I'd say, 3 shots. That's 153 points of damage.
Oh, but it's very tight still, and the weapon quality better on CHX side as he's now got an opportunity for some manuals. It's final form for CHX. Final form for Aquas. An empty drop, though.
CHX dies. What's the drop? It's a rocket on the far side. He's got a long way to go, but he still has the
Lovers for
lead.
Aquas. Oh, this is going to be too close. I have no idea. Who's going to get it?
CHX.
CHX. Oh, man. There's the less than 7 seconds. I just picked the wrong game, you guys.
Be sure to tell your bookie that next time.
I know, right? 6:07 for CHX and a heartbreaking loss by 3 seconds on Aqua's side.
What a great match here, guys. I don't care what it finishes for game count. What a great match.
He did some amazing moves that Aquas did, and it still wasn't enough, Bri.
I mean, part of it is maybe when I always say it's tenths and hundreds when it comes to this level. And when you are going against the world record holder, you got to look at everything. And CHX, again, have to praise him. No one is as good as he is at landing those lobber shots, especially on a moving mutoid. He just understands how to get the shots in when he needs to, and was able to get those lobber shots into that ×5 spot more than Aquas, and there's your difference. I mean, that's all it takes. It's inches. It's centimeters. It is whatever measurement you want to use, metric or that crazy stuff you guys use.
I mean, it is by grains of sand. Let's just split the difference and call it grains of sand. That's how close it is between these two runners. But yeah, those little things that you pointed out, Brysolf, that has been propelling CHX42. Even with the bad RNG, even with the bad breaks he had in that game, in that tank trouble.
And the mistakes he's made too. He has made mistakes, but he's been doing what he has to mitigate them.
Exactly, because he's still been winning even with mistakes. Those mistakes don't get magnified unless you lose.
100%. So now it is 3-1. CHX, 1 game away from making tournament history, because if he advances to face yours truly in the next round, it'll be the first time in the history of this tournament any duo has faced off in 5 different matches.
That would be absolutely insane, because how many have Mr. Dano and Prince Lee faced? Is it 3 or 4? It's quite a few. I know that much.
4. They actually tied Brysolf and CHX with their 4th meeting on Prince Leaf's Swan Song.
There you go. All right, game number 5, a must-win for Aquas here. CHX42 appears to be locked and loaded.
So let's see how it goes here. CHX, not as aggressive as the previous run. He was really slamming at the doors, but we'll wait and see what he's going to get here. He does have a nuke. And he waits a half second just to see. Oh, and he got extra spawns.
That's unlucky.
Gross. He got 8 extra enemies out of the door there.
And because of that, Aquas is going to have the whole shot with a high 39, a high 40 for CHX. Yeah, he played it right. It's just the game said no. I mean, I guess the game wants to keep CHX honest.
Well, let's see if the game will keep him honest by not giving him an orb first drop. Wild.
It's manipulation. Let's just be fair. That was the CHX manip.
And yeah, I mean, these rockets are good for Aquas, but man, Aquas cannot go like minutes upon minutes without an orb again. It's just not fair game.
Finally, there's the game. Thank you.
The rockets run out right there, but look at this. Another great time for CHX, a 78, and it's going to be an 80 for Aquas.
2 good times, 2-second lead for CHX. That's definitely manageable. Here we go in Eat My Shrapnel. And it's important that these runners keep their orb. There goes the explosion for Aquas, but that is no penalty.
I'm just marveling at... yeah, I know he's getting good drops, but I'm marveling at these times into Eat My Shrapnel. That's his worst one of the match at 78.
That's crazy. That just goes to show it doesn't matter what you throw at him. He's going to throw in hot times regardless. Aquas, meanwhile, going to have a nice rocket to finish off this room. CHX, not going to be so lucky. He's got to use the P-Suiter.
Yep. He knows it. He's covering his bases, but he's good. And Aquas, not as sure, gives up a half second.
Yep, it's about a 2.5-second lead now for CHX. Aquas does have the rockets to start the room, but CHX has the rockets here.
So far, so good. That key is a terrible drop, and Aquas ignores it, rightly so. CHX, ignoring the dude, could have maybe grabbed it with a foot, but made the right choice and played it too far away.
Aquas, almost lost the orb there to the purple and gets a nuke on the feet and a razor shield. Look at these drops for CHX.
Vitamin R, baby.
For both, though, at least.
And yet, like, there's nothing to say right now. You're watching art. You're watching Van Gogh doing his thing here. This is something else.
Yeah, it's put Bob Ross and Vincent Van Gogh together. You got CHX42. That's what we're seeing right now.
Did you see CHX realize there was a shrapnel hiding behind the life counter and it was exploding and he got it first?
Very nice. And they both have a sub 3, but it's an 8-second lead for CHX. These are 2 great times, but CHX is just in another planet right now.
No, he's got the world record. He's got all the confidence in the world, and that RNG is just churning for him, and he is riding that wave right now. You love to see it.
Now,
Picasso with a pea shooter.
Oh, absolutely. There you go. There you go, Burgundy. All right, so not a good start for CHX in the weapon department. Maybe Aquas can get something. Nope, it's an invulnerability, and it's at a bad spot. He'll probably ignore it.
I'm loving this half wall from CHX.
He drops the orb and then takes the death. He does get a replacement orb, but that's the first real mistake we've seen on Aqua's side.
You guys are seeing, I said after the world record on my stream, my title for the week was CHX, the future is now. The future is most definitely now, and you are watching it in action.
Oh, if he plays like this against you, assuming he wins this match, you may be in trouble, Brian.
I might get swept the way he's playing. This is ridiculous.
And look at this. It's a good 4:06. Aquas does get rockets. I mean, he'll probably mitigate that time loss, but he's going to be, well, he's only less than 10 seconds back again.
And that's what you have to do in this type of thing. You know you're probably going to be trailing, and you're going to need some mutoid luck, potentially. And is doing his job right now. The grenades delayed that swirl. CHX aware, gets it done. Will not be able to ball bust right away.
No, he's going to have to be patient, or he'll have to forego it if he sees like a spreader, but no spreader.
Dangerous laser range here, but he's not getting any shots at him because mutoid shot.
Aquas misses the ball buster. He did not get it.
Nice ball buster, but CHX no weapon, takes the death, looking for a spreader. If he gets it, it's ball game.
That's a lobber. That's going to be still good, consistent damage. Empty drop for Aquas. He's going to go for the Talio and hope for a spreader. No. He's just not gotten the spreader luck, guys.
We're going to address the Talio after this race.
Well, that's what it's been called. I mean, if we're going to call it something else, you're going to have to tell me soon.
Well, I can live with the title of the Talio, but we're going to tell the tale of the tape. Regardless, we are underway here and going. Let's see, it's still a lead for CHX, a little over a form right now.
Yeah, he needs a spreader. This has to be a spreader now, right now. It's another grenade. Just no luck for Aquas. I mean, he's grasping for straws. I mean, he's got to do anything he can to try to do something about it. It's just not happening. CHX is about to win this match.
CHX would take lobbers the whole way with a sub 410 entry, take his sub 6, and laugh all the way to the money bank.
And final form for Aquas, but this is going to be too little too late here. Lobber, this will finish it up. And there it is. Wow. CHX42 winning at 4-1 is moving on to the winners finals, and he will be taking on yours, not yours truly, but yours truly, who's next to me, Brysolf. I am nowhere near a champion of Super Smash TV. I don't care what Crystal Joy says. That is not me. But CHX42 and Brysolf, the rematch, part 3.